Vacuum DV-502 thermal evaporator system. It has two heater element sources mounted inside, and the operation is from the control panel in the front. There's a auto pump down selection. When this knob is selected to auto pump down, the system will start roughing the chamber and proceed to opening the backing valve and high vacuum valve. It's all automatic, and so also auto vent. And in manual mode, all these switches, the roughing valve, backing valve, high vacuum valve, and vent valve, they are operated manually depending on what step we are doing. Either venting it. If we are venting it, the roughing valve should not be open, and the high vacuum valve should not be open. And if we are roughing it, backing valve, high vacuum valve, and vent valve, none of them should be open. The backing valve and roughing valve can never be open at the same time. The power switch, I'm going to turn off the system. The main power switch is here, and to turn it off, this is the switch. Mechanical pump turns on. The high vacuum pump, which is a diffusion pump, heater gets power with this switch. And then right now the system is already pumped down into lower 10 to the minus 5 or upper 10 to the minus 6 torr range. And this is for the filament heat current indication meter. We can select two filaments, either left one or the right one. And there is no glow discharge transformer installed in this system. It could be retrofitted at a later time. And this switch is to turn on the filament, and this is a control knob to adjust the filament current. And this one is for the rotary sample holder table. The rotation speed can be controlled by this adjustable pot. The table is a special kind. It will not only rotate it, it will also tilt the table approximately from 0 to 45 degrees angle. This helps in getting a better uniformity of the film thickness. This is a thermocouple gauge for monitoring the backing pressure and the chamber pressure levels. And then the high vacuum pull cathode gauge here. Usually it is in off mode. You turn it on once the high vacuum valve is open. Only in this gauge should be on only when the high vacuum is on. And then you press the meter raise button to turn on the high voltage. And right now the chamber is already 7 into 10 to the minus 6 torr range. I'm going to pour some liquid nitrogen. Watch the high vacuum gauge as I pour the liquid nitrogen in the cold trap here. The chamber should quickly pump down to lower 6 range or upper 10 to the minus 7 range in about 5 to 10 minutes. 15 minutes tops. The diffusion pump needs cooling water. Right now I'm using a Neslab RTA 111 in-house unit, and the mechanical pump is stationed behind the machine for roughing the chamber and vacuum the diffusion pump. Notice the eye vacuum level approaching lower 6 range. I'm going to turn on the filament. Right now there is no metal. You can only see the heated filaments. Selecting the left hand side filament, and then the chamber is in high vacuum condition. Turn on, and the filament current is about 10 amperes, and it is well regulated. You may notice the vacuum level slightly go up as the filament heater turns on. It is normal. And you can have the rotation going on just for demonstration. Go to the right hand side filament, turn it on, and I'm going to turn off the cold cathode gauge, close the high vacuum valve, leave the vacuum valve on. I'm in manual mode. I'm going to vent the chamber now. Slide up the bell jar straight and then rotate it so that you can leave the bell jar in upright position. These are the two heater filaments, and there should be a slight slag in the chain so that while rotating it won't pull the shaft in and out, and it is normal. We can reduce the speed. You can watch this white Teflon rod going up and down as the rotation takes place, and the whole sample holder is tilted up and down. And these are the left hand side electrodes, and care should be taken in order not to ground them. This is a ground plate at any point of time, and there should be no particles on this stable area where the bell jar seals. I'm going to pump down the system in auto mode. So first the roughing valve open, and you can notice the chamber vacuum level to go down to about below 200 millitorr. Then the vacuum valve will open after the roughing valve closes. Right now the thermocouple gauge is indicating the chamber vacuum going down, and that's the pour line, and the pour line and the chamber vacuum both will be affected during the roughing of the chamber, and hence the vacuum valve should be closed while doing it manually. So now the roughing valve closed. The vacuum valve is going to open. It will open automatically. So now the chamber is going into high vacuum mode. It should not take more than 10 minutes for the system to go into mid-6 ranges.